Right, so I've recorded myself creating this render right here. If you want to see me make this from start to finish, that's what this video is. Just one thing to note before I get started is this process was pretty messy in this one. I ended up kind of just going all over the place and trying a bunch of different things and getting frustrated, and I wasn't even going to post this video, but a lot of people said they wanted to see it, so here it is. So yeah, if you want to see me kind of just struggle through this one, just keep watching. You can just watch me make this and endure a little bit of pain. So how do I want to start? First of all, so I know I want it to be dark, right? I want it to be a dark environment with a bit of controlled lighting from the top. So this will probably be like a spotlight or something up here. That means I need the world settings to be black or dark. So I'll just take the sky texture I have on by default and remove that. And now we have darkness. And as usual, I usually start with the ground plane. So I'll just do that. And maybe let's just kind of model out the rough space of how big I want things. So I know it's going to be some kind of thing like this, and I'll just put maybe some placeholders of where I want certain objects to be. So maybe I want my big pile of treasure to be like right here, and then I'll obviously make it into something that actually looks like what I'm trying to make later, but for now I'm going to keep it as just basic shapes to block it out, just again to get a rough idea of where I need to put everything, and just so that I have a rough, it's kind of like a blueprint that I'm making right now. So those are just mid-journey things that I was experimenting with, just to get a some kind of idea before when I made this. I don't always do that. Sometimes I just go on Instagram and find other people's stuff or whatever, but today I just felt like using that, so that's what I went with. Anyways, let's pull this back and maybe double this up. This model I just pulled in here, I made this in a different render. I didn't record it, but I made it in a different render, just using my usual techniques for modeling. If you haven't seen me model stuff before, I have a bunch of videos on doing that, so go and watch the last one I did on making buildings. Even though it's not the same style, it will give you a good idea of how I use very basic shapes to create more complex structures. And there's also one that is fantasy style called I think modeling temple assets in Blender. So if you go watch that one, you'll see my modeling process and you'll understand how I made this kind of stuff. And then yeah, I might just double this up this way, so like pull it out like this, or maybe not, because I could it might actually be better to have a curved sort of end to this hallway. So it's like in all these references I have here, it's like it's a hallway, and then it's this nice curved edge at the top here where it's like kind of looks a bit cathedral-y, kind of cool. Could do that. I'll just leave it empty for now and then figure it out later. I actually have some right here. Again, just some stuff I've modeled before for another project, so I could just chuck that in here. There are other types of stairs I could use, but here, let me delete that. There are other types of stairs I could use from, I think the fantasy asset pack has more stairs. There's some other random stairs I have in my browser here, but I'll mess around and see what's going to work best. Let's add some volume. So I'm going to add a cube, scale it up over the whole thing, go to the object settings, new texture, delete this, add a volume scatter, plug that in, density at 0.005 maybe, scroll in and out on the viewport to refresh it, and let's increase this to like 0.6 maybe, the anisotropy, and then display this as bounds down here, viewport display, bounds, done. Okay. And then this spotlight obviously needs to get moved because that is not nice right there. So maybe let's just pull this more this way. And maybe bring the spot size back down a little bit, something like that. Roughly there. I want this to be a little bit more narrow, if possible, right? Yeah, right there-ish. Seems about right. And then I have to figure out how to make the end of this curve around. Not really sure how to do that. I might try this first. Duplicate this. This might not work, but I'll try it and just take one of these that I already made and then just maybe use a simple deform modifier. So first of all, let's set the origin to geometry. I guess yeah, right here. Okay, and then let's throw on a simple deform modifier. And let's see if this is gonna work. So if I go to bend on the Z and then bring it around this way. This is a very lazy way to do it, but it might be okay depending on what happens here. We'll see. So far it's not really okay. Anyways, let's duplicate this down and have like another level. And maybe we can make this line up a little bit nicer if this goes right here and all these top sections line up and the archways are kind of doing their own thing. That'll be fine, I think. So like this, we can take this, pull this down to the level below right here, just so it kind of connects a little bit. And there we go. So we'll see if this works or not. I'm not really sure exactly how to distribute this around the scene, but I'll see if I can figure out a nice way to place these around. No. Okay, what about trees? Sometimes that just instantly makes it look better, so let's try that. Let's throw on some botanic trees. This one actually looks good. Let's hit that. And then, yeah, just put some of these in here. This doesn't really make sense, or I think I might just delete these extra lights and not deal with that right now. So that's nice, but maybe 30 is too much. Maybe let's go whatever this is, drop it to. I kind of like that a lot, actually. That's pretty cool. How it's like coming in from the top above that as well. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know about this floor anymore. Like this, all the gold stuff at the bottom here. I'm not super sure about that. Maybe the lighting should be changed again for like the 50th time to like this, or oh, that's kind of weird. I'm gonna take another break because I don't know what the hell to do. I'm gonna this guy here, I don't really like this. I'm gonna turn that off. Just hide it for now. It needs something. I just don't know what. So I'm gonna try a bunch of stuff and just see what works. Maybe this is ruining it. Could be. Maybe it could be that, like just something else, and then maybe I don't know. What if I add like some special thing in the middle? Maybe like water at the bottom. Let's try that. That's actually kind of cool. I do like that a little bit, having just water down here would be better. This, let's hide that and maybe try to spot that again. I'll call this area good, just so I remember what this is. Okay, add light spot, bring it up, make the power just something bright, and maybe not that bright. 100 million watts, maybe let's do like 3 million. And then, ooh, this could be better. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this could be like red or like this. What if I put this here, like rotate this around this way? I think I might need a break from doing renders for like 3 days. Because I'm just hopelessly like moving objects around, trying to find like some kind of solution to this problem, which I don't really know what to do. Blue. Okay. Honestly, I might just render it as it is. But it's just missing something. I don't know what to add. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, what about stairs? What if there were stairs coming through like all of the sides like this? What if it was We scale that up by 2 and just kind of scale it Z by like 0.5 and then kind of put that right there. And then what if we do like even wider? And then what if I do like a bunch of those through here? What happens? That's kind of interesting, but I don't know if it's good. It's fine, but I don't know if it's enhancing the image or if it's actually making our render better, but it's actually kind of fine right there. Like, that's interesting, but it's, I don't know. Maybe like some squares that are kind of beveled or something. We could do like a bit of modeling, I guess. Let's just take this and do this. Inset, extrude, inset, extrude, inset, extrude. Get this one too, bevel, and then that is so uneven, but it's fine. Custom, boom, 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 boom. Squiggly lines, segments up here, and yeah. I selected one wrong edge, but I think it's fine. It kind of makes it more interesting. And then maybe this can just be some kind of thing that is like part of this fountain, or like part of this, I don't know what you call this, water section here. This material, like material. Yeah, was that the same one? I don't know. Cube project. And then array this down here. Array, and then rotate it this way. Offset 2, increase this to 4 or whatever. And then, I don't know, scale it like this. Yeah, that's actually nice. That's actually nice. I like that. Just more interesting than flat nothingness. It doesn't really make that much difference to the actual render, but it's fine. Looks kind of cool having it underwater. Okay, maybe we're good. Maybe I can just render this. Maybe I can bring a person back in here, like some robe figure kind of thing. This, I just put a model of a person, did a cloth simulation over the person, and then deleted the person. If you want to just make one of those, pretty easy. Okay, I'm going to call it there. I'm just going to say we're done. Because I really don't want to work on this anymore, and it's at an okay place. I don't think I need to change much else. Like, everything's fine. It's cool. It's fine. I'm going to run with that. And yeah, we're just going to send it. So, render. Let's just go, I don't know, 256 samples. It's not that noisy. 3000 by 3750. 100%. Depth of field we don't need because it's very wide angle and who cares about that. And yeah, we're good. Let's render it and then bring it to Photoshop. Okay, render image gun. Okay, so after all that, here is what I did in Photoshop just to finalize everything. So here's straight out of Blender, this right here. And then I just did some basic adjustments, nothing too crazy. Basically just making some areas brighter, some areas darker, adding a bit of glow and haze with a blur layer. In the camera raw filter right here, that is that always adds, you know, the biggest difference to editing this. So, but again, it's nothing too crazy in here. It's just like increase contrast, increase saturation, increase sharpening, add grain, clarity up. Like you can see my edits right here. Just basic saturation, just going a little bit crazy. Grain, sharpening, contrast, clarity. Yeah, nothing that insane. And then after that, just color lookup table, just to add a little bit more punch to it. And then a curves layer, same thing. And there we go. Done. So I know this one was a little bit all over the place and messy again. But yeah, if you like this video and you want to take it a step further and learn my best tips and tricks and advice for creating nice environments in Blender, go and watch this video right here where I do exactly that. And other than that, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in that video.